Well, I graduated in a little town in upstate New York called Fort Henry, and it's nestled right on the shores of Lake Champlain. And that is where I learned about ice fishing and car racing on the ice, because the ice would get like about 4 feet thick on that lake in the wintertime. And it was a lot of fun, and I really liked living there because it was such a small town. I graduated in a class of 32, and I'm proud of that. After that, I joined the United States Air Force. At that time, when I was in the Air Force, if you got married, you had to get out. You couldn't stay in. Well, I got married, so I got out of the Air Force. And that's kind of a shame, because by now I would have been retired. I met my first husband then and got divorced. And a couple of years after my divorce is when I met Paul, my husband, my soulmate, my best friend. And we've been very happy in our life together for 36 going on 37 years. Actually, I met God through Jehovah's Witnesses here in Colorado City. They introduced me into reading about God in the Bible. And then as the lessons went along, I started noticing that they were trying to teach me in their profession what the Bible was really trying to say to me. And I just knew that what they were doing or saying was not in accordance with what I had already learned in the Bible. So I knew at that point that God did not want me there. He did not want me to belong to a cult. So I left Jehovah's Witnesses and continued my studying of the Bible on my week. My next door neighbor, Jennifer, who I kind of think of as a daughter, asked me if I would partake in the baptism of her son John through this church. And I said, okay, that would be wonderful. And I didn't really understand, what it was all about or what I would be expected to do, but I agreed to it because I care that much for Jennifer. When I came to that baptism service, I was moved. I was really moved. And then the congregation had given song sheets with words on it to songs. We're singing a song, and I can't even tell you the name of it. But I remember that I started crying so hard, I could not finish singing the song. And it was like God saying, it's about time, girl, that you woke up. Look at all the years you wasted on nothing. And it was like, I found it. I finally found where I belong. A couple of weeks after the baptism, I found out from Jennifer that you were having service up at Rye Park. And it was a gorgeous day, so I decided to go. And once again, I was so moved by the words of the songs that I was just crying like a baby. And there was this nice lady sitting next to me, and I wish I could remember who it was, but I can't. But she had some Kleenex, and she gave it to me. And after the service, she just kind of reached over, she patted my hand, and she says, we're so glad that you came. And that's when I knew this is where God wanted me. I want to be baptized because it's my way of telling God and His Son Jesus Christ that I'm washing away my past life. I'm getting rid of it. And I'm committed to being the best child I can be for God Almighty and His Son Jesus. Just one thing I'd like to say to anybody who wants to listen. If you ever want to know about how much God and His Son love you, you come and talk to me, because I can tell you in a heartbeat.